Hi, my name is Tony Andrick, and we are the makers of the Everything Bee Vacuum. I'm a beekeeper. I love doing removals, and like everyone else, I started with a do-it-yourself bee vacuum, and it was just horrible. It sucked, right? Too many parts, too many air leaks, too many things were breaking. I was killing too many bees, and it was making the fun of bee removals, it was making it into hard work, which is not what I want. So I'm an engineer, sat down and listed out what are all the problems I was having. And I designed and evolved the vacuum into what it is today, hence the name Everything, because it solves everything. It's other than sweating in the heat, it solves all these other problems that the vacuums were creating. So let me walk you through all the features of what it does. First thing you always get asked, well, the hose is corrugated on the outside. On the inside, it's relatively smooth. You're not going to injure any bees going through this hose. The bees go into a 7-gallon bucket, and they go in through a gate valve. So when you're done, pull out the hose, close the gate valve. It's vented, so you can still move a little air through that. The hose itself swivels on both ends, so that you're not getting caught fighting all that. And we've got that short nozzle, we've got this longer nozzle, you know, depending upon what you're trying to get into, a little extra reach is great. And this nozzle is just the right size to reach up between comb, and I'll suck up the bees and they'll never even see me coming. In terms of what's inside, on top of the bucket is what I call the basket. And this keeps the bees below, it gives them a large ventilation space, for a little bit of air exchange. And then inside there's some wiring so the bees climb up and distribute, and what they're doing is just, bees don't want to pile on each other, they rather hang, and that gives them a space so that they're very comfortable. You can leave the bees in here for a day or two. I don't necessarily recommend that, but they will be comfortable as long as they're not out in the sun. The heart of the vacuum is the UFO top, as I call it, and it's got a few things. First is the vacuum motor itself. Inside is a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, and I promise you this standard battery will run 6 to 8 hours. We have the Pro unit, that's got a larger battery, 40% more capacity. That'll run up to about 12 hours or so of actual runtime. On top, I call this the queen indicator. It's the exhaust vent. When you get 100 bees here, that's telling you mama's inside. And now here's one of the really, really cool features. You know how you can never get your pressure just right? This one is variable speed. So on low mode, I call this whisper mode. It moves just a tiny bit of air. If you're taking a break, if you're cutting comb, leave it in this mode, and the bees will get a little air and they'll be comfortable and happy. When I'm actively sucking up bees, I run about 50%. You can hear a little bit of that. And that's going through those nozzles at 50%. And by the way, you can still hear me even at that speed. At 50%, you can have it on that for half an hour plus, and the bees inside are still comfortable. It's not too high of a pressure to kill them. Now, full speed is good for a couple things. Inevitably, you're going to suck up a bunch of honey-coated bees, get a clog. That high speed helps clear that. Or actually, here's full speed. Not too bad, you can still hear me. Full speed will suffocate bees, but at full speed, I can take off my nozzle and suck up about 5,000 bees in 30 seconds. Turn it down, give them a break, kick it back up, get the next 5,000. For getting swarms, honestly, from opening my truck until closing my truck to leave, it's 10 minutes max. If I open my mouth, add another hour, but that's dependent upon us as beekeepers. Okay, the whole unit weighs about 10 pounds, and if you notice, it's a backpack carry. And let me show you on here a little feature. So the backpack has actually 3 different adjustments. It's for big guys, small guys, you name it. Pardon. And it's got this cross clip right here. Now, one cool feature, from here, how am I going to reach the speed control? Well, this is my remote. And I can clip this on my shirt or whatever I'm wearing, wherever I want it. And I control my speed right here. Full speed control remotely. So you've got, a lot of features like that. And the whole thing, like I said, weighs 10 pounds, so it's really not bad at all. Carrying handle on top. If you notice, there was a carrying handle. Oops. What did I do? I clipped my shirt on there. Carrying handle on the side of here. just, conveniences. The charger, nice feature with this, a lithium-ion charger, red light, green light, very simple. If for some reason you've done 4 removals and you go out again and battery dies, this charger is strong enough to actually run the vacuum while you're using it. So, we've got a lot of features like that built into it. One more thing is, keep in mind I'm in Texas and it gets miserably hot here. And even with this big vent on top, we were still losing some bees. So recently we added this feature. Bottom of the bucket, and this is an upgrade. This isn't the standard bucket, but you've got the screen on the bottom, the screen on the top. You can put these bees somewhere in the shade, and even in 110-degree days, you're not going to be losing bees. So if you're serious about doing removals, if you do 1 removal a year, don't use a vacuum, just do it by hand. It doesn't matter. But if you're doing a half dozen, if you're doing 3 or 4 removals a day, there is nothing in the world that compares with this. It's cordless, it's got variable speed, it's got the remote, it's lightweight carry. I've got customers that they'll carry the vacuum in their trunk during swarm season because they're ready to go. It's not going to eat up your whole trunk space and your wife yell at you. You can find our vacuum at quite a few stores. We also sell it through our website, that is allmybees.com. You can call us, 512-995-0058. We know our customers are rough on their equipment, so if you break it or have some other damages, we sell all the components. We can repair things, and we build them right here in Texas. So I tried to be brief. Hopefully I was. God bless you. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, give us a call, send us an email, sales@allmybees.com, and look forward to seeing you out there. Take care.